Oh, I look sweaty. Just thought I'd make a little video. I don't know. It's hot. So let's see. I've had an interesting weekend. So power went out at my house for 46 and a half hours. So thank God I'm dog sitting and can be here. Power finally. Why is this like pointing? Okay. So I feel like this should be like eye level, but then it's. Should I scoot back? Yeah. So power went out at my house. It finally came back on last night. I was at fireworks in my friend's neighborhood, and I drove my car there. And when I went like super early at like 2:30 in the afternoon to hang out for the day. And then when I got there, we tried to go to lunch, and my car stalled out, which was really scary. And I was like stuck at a stop sign. Thank God it happened like when I was at a stop and no one was around, because my hazards don't work, one, and then two, like I don't know what two would have been, but yeah, so my car stopped working, which was terrifying. And then so I was with my friend and one of her friends, and we had to like push it into a parking lot. And then after we pushed it into the parking lot, then we tried again and it turned on. But then it was making some weird like rumbly crazy noise. So we went to lunch, and then I drove my car back to my friend's apartment and then just left it, and hoping that, I don't know, it was just like hot or overheating or something, and that it would work out. So I just left it there for the day. We walked around the neighborhood to get everywhere, and then my brother met me like out there, and because he was with a bunch of people who were in the neighborhood, and they also went to the fireworks. So after we were leaving that, we were driving home, and I was driving, and then the car was still making like crazy noises. I was like scared it was gonna stall out, and I was having like a panic attack. Like I couldn't handle it. So I pulled into a parking lot and made my brother drive when we were like 2 or 3 lights away from the freeway. And the second we tried to get on the freeway, the car was like, and it started like freaking out. And I was just like, I can't do this. Like, I'm having a panic attack. Like, my brother kept trying to like, I don't know. He always tries to like push are my hands dirty? They are. I was filling my bike tires with air and like squeezing the tire to see if it had enough. And now there's dirt all over my hands. What was I saying? So we tried to get on the freeway, and like it was making these crazy noises, and my brother tries to like push our car to the limit, which is like a problem because it's like an old piece of junk. I love it. Like I'm really scared because I think this might be the end of my car, and I'm like terrified of that. Like the thought of that is so depressing to me that I like don't even want to think about it. But so whatever, like the car was no longer, I don't know, not working, whatever. And so I like called my mom, and I'm like, yeah, the car's like on the side of the freeway. And then my brother's like, let's try and get off. So we like drove the shoulder for a mile, like for the next exit, because we got on and we were on like an entrance ramp, and everyone's going like 90 like on the entrance ramp. So crazy. Like 4th of July, fireworks just ended, like people are trying to get home. Like, oh my God, it was crazy. And I just couldn't handle it. Like, I'm like, I can't do this. So we got off, and then we tried to like drive, and then it was still like I was having a panic attack, and I was like on the phone with my mom, and I'm just like, okay, now we're doing this, and then it would like make noises, and my mom's like, is that how a car sounds? Like, it's in my car, and then so whatever. So eventually we just took it to our church, which is like half an hour away from our house. And my brother was like, I'll just try and drive it home. And I'm like, well, I can't be in the car anymore. Like, I will, like, honestly die. I was, like, on the verge of a heart attack. Like, I couldn't handle it. So my mom came and picked us up from church, and we left our car there. And then she picked my dad up from work, like, because we're down to 2 cars because my dad got in an accident earlier, and we haven't got a 3rd car yet. So we're down to 1 car with 4 drivers in our family, so it's like not good. So if this car is dead, then I don't know how we're gonna make it. Like, my brother's gonna have to stop working because there's no way we can get him to work, my dad to work, and my mom to work. Like, I live close enough where if my mom's going to work, she can drop me off at work, or I can ride my bike. But like, my brother and my dad work not far away, like half an hour away. They have a commute. Like, my mom works 5 minutes down the road. I work like 3 minutes down the road. So it's like whatever. But yeah. So this is it's scary. So my dad picked it up this morning. They drove it to our mechanic, and I just rode my bike past our mechanic, and he hasn't looked at it yet. But oh my God, I am like so terrified. But I was having like a legitimate panic attack last night. Like, I just couldn't handle life. And I woke up this morning, I'm like, like, my heart was just like pounding last night. And I couldn't do it. Like, I was convinced, like, so my brother's like, I just don't understand why you're freaking out so much. And it's because, like, my brother's never been in a car accident. But, like, the thought of, like, stalling out somewhere, and the fact that I was, like, in the car earlier when it had stalled, that was terrifying enough for me that I was just like, fuck. Like, I don't know what to do. But then but my brother's never been in a car accident. So I was in a car accident maybe 3 years ago now. And that was just, like, awful for me. And so he's never been in a car accident, so he's like, I don't understand why you're freaking out. I'm like, look, you don't get it. Like, the thought of being in another accident, like being hit by someone, like, is probably one of my worst fears. Like, I'm scared of cars in general. Like, I'm fine driving and whatever. It's just like, I don't trust other people, like, on the road. Like, I trust myself to drive, but it's like, I don't trust what other people are gonna do. Like, it's 4th of July. Who knows what these people have been doing all night? Like, I don't want to get hit. And he's just like, I don't understand why you're freaking out. I'm like, would you look at the cars around you? Like, if we stall out, like, we will be hit. Like, that's just what's gonna happen. And the thought of it is terrifying to me. So it's like, I don't want to deal with it. And he's just, I don't understand. Like, I'll drive the car home. Like, go for it, but like, no, I will not drive the car home. So whatever. My mom wouldn't let him drive it, so whatever. So now it's like in the shop, and I'm really sad. I don't want my Brucey Bruce to die. He's really old. What's the year? He's 19. So I mean, he's had a good run. It's just like, I would drive that car for the rest of my life. If I had the money to put into that car, I would. Like, I wouldn't make it, like, pimped out or anything. I would just keep, like, funneling money into a car that's dying. That's how much I love that car. But the fact of the matter is, I don't have the money for that, nor does my family to funnel money into a car that's just dying left and right. So, what can you do? Yeah, I think that's all I have to say. I don't know, I'm still sick, all congested and gross. I'm hot. But other than that, I think that's all that's happening in my life. I missed out on 20 hours of work this week. I'm pissed because I didn't even have a 40-hour work week this week. I was supposed to work on Saturday, or no, I was supposed to work on Sunday, but the power was out at the park, so I couldn't work. And then I was supposed to work yesterday, and the power was still out, so I couldn't work. And so I'm hoping, because I talked to my mom, and she's like, I think that the power might still be out at the park. And I was like, oh, well, that sucks, because if I miss out on an entire week's worth of pay for not being on vacation, I will be furious. And I'm so mad because, okay, so it was only 2 days, but yesterday was supposed to be time and a half pay. So, like, that would have been 12 hours of pay versus, like, 8 hours, and I had 8 hours the other day. So it's 20 hours within 2 days that I'm completely missing. So I have, like, 16 hours left this week, and that means my paycheck's going to be bullshit. And I am not happy. But whatever. No one wants to listen to me rant about this. All right. Talk to everybody soon-ish. I don't know. Vloggy vlog. Peace out, Girl Scout.